Today it's still Wednesday, July 24, 2024. I show you this on the status update, but let's make individual separate video for this engine. I'm making video for this engine. This is the transmission, never mind. Transmission out, transfer case out, dual mass flywheel. Dual mass flywheel, we will gonna send it for on balancing to just have an eye on it, because it was rocking back and forth, back and front because of the explosion inside. Pooh, I said that. I forget how to talk. Yeah, in these boxes there are the rest of the parts. It's just put here inside. On this box I'm just not closing because we are putting the number plate, RS3 and the number plate. That's why I don't show you the number plate, because I have to hide also the number plate of the boxes. Dang it. Let's go to see the engine. Engine on the area, on the washing area, dismantling area. Yeah. I know that the magnesium, this piece is gonna be gone, and the oil pan as well. It's gone. You can always weld it, but do you want to have a sign of weld on your oil pan? I don't know. It's up to the customer, up to the owner. I can weld it actually. There is no problem. Now, like I said earlier, I'm taking it apart to separate the healthy items, healthy parts, than the one that's for scrap. One box with the parts that's for scrap, classic. The block, I'm gonna keep it, like I said, for the plugs, to get the dimensions, to get the depth for the plugs for the oil galleries, right? And we have from the factory helicoil here, and helicoil here. These three, that's what I believe. It's only these three. It's supposed to have also a plug behind the timing cover for the oil gallery. Never mind. Enough talking. Let's take it apart to see the parts. Now, removing a couple of parts. Timing cover, the gear for the high pressure pump, and for the other chain that goes up to the cam adjusters. Fortunately, this is the correct part number like the new engine block, because there are two variables. Guides, tensioners, tensioner, the chain, the vacuum pump, water pump. Water pump looks like brand new. Alright, timing cover here. Keep in mind that the engine has low mileage. It's not high mileage engine, alright? So these parts are reusable. And I hope to be reusable also the pump. We're gonna find out. Now, except of these three helicoil, there is, like I said, 1, 2, 3. Alright? There is another two helicoil, that one's supposed to be, not here, here, alright? One's here, and the other one is here. This is from the factory, these helicoils. Here it doesn't have, here it doesn't have. Then, what I'm gonna do, there is also one shrapnel. This piece was here on the guide. At the end, I'm gonna remove these pins. I'm gonna remove also these pins, and the plug I have already removed it to lock the crankshaft before. Why? The new block has these pins. I'm gonna give to the customer with the rest of the parts, because obviously this block, you cannot reuse it, right? Let's make it upside down to see how this looks like from down. Engine upside down. What you see here, pieces everywhere. One bolt is a piece of a piston. That's how this looks like. Yeah. Like I said, this, I can weld it. It's fine. I mean, it's up to the owner. If he wants to get a new oil pan, we're gonna put a new oil pan. Otherwise, I'm gonna hammer it to make it straight, and then I'm gonna weld it and try to make it look nice, if he wants. It depends. Let's open it to see what's hiding inside. Oil pan out. Yeah. Expected. The surprise is gonna be to be clean. Keep it there. The oil level sensor. Oil level sensor has shrapnels, has pieces everywhere. I'm not gonna reuse it, if you're asking me. To put a new one, don't have any problem. Because it might stuck any piece there and then later on it's gonna fly out. You can see here. It's full of pieces. Then, that's a wrist pin. And like I said, oh boy, the cooling jet. This is a piece of a piston. Keep it there. This is the cooling jet. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fucked up. Also, the oil pump is cracked. Yeah. Also, the oil pump, it's gone. Lovely. Add to the list the oil pickup tube and the oil pump with this one. This magnesium. It's very light. It's not aluminum. It's from this section. Yeah. All right. I think the new engine block has a cooling jets. It's coming with the cooling jets. This is not healthy. The pump is not healthy. The crankshaft, it's like I said, 20% chances to be okay. The crank. That's how much I'm giving. And I hope to be wrong. Hey. Yeah. Let's open it. Let's continue. Remove the pickup tube. Continue. Yep. All this side is gone. It's supposed to have an opening like this and like this, but all this, it's gone. Then the pump. I was careful to don't fail anything inside and didn't fail anything inside, but it does matter. Wait, let's put also this inside there. Yeah. Take a look at the small end of the connector rod. It doesn't matter about the oil pump because of this. It hit here. Yay. Let's continue. Let's remove the crankshaft. There are few chances to be okay, the crank. Yeah. Let's continue. I don't even have to lose this bolt. Convenient. Yeah. All right. Stay there. Oil control ring. All right. Let's remove the shrapnels from here to try to spin the crank to remove the piece on the connectors. Yeah, removing the most of the debris, taking it out. Piece connectors are all out except of the big end of this connector rod. Alright? Then what I did, before I remove the pistons, I get a straight screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and whatever shrapnels I saw between the journals, the crankshaft bearing cap and the crankshaft I'm talking about, I clear it because I had to turn the crankshaft from this point. I put it here to have a clearance to remove, to pass out the pistons. How I did that? I put the extension here, all right, and I just move it. Now, it turns very hard. It's supposed to be bent. It's supposed to be all over the place. I will not gonna remove the big end of the connector from here. I'm gonna keep it as it is. Because to remove it, I need to cut the bolt. I need a grinder to cut the bolts and then take it out. I don't want to move more the crankshaft. It was here, I put it here to be able to pass out the piston connectors, and now I show you on the video how much tight it is. And I'm stopping here. I'm losing now all the bolts for the crankshaft bearing caps, outer from this side and the inner, removing it out and check the crankshaft. You're gonna tell me it might be the block that's been bent from the heats. You're right. And it might be straight the crankshaft. It might be. We're gonna find out. I doubt. That's okay. I said earlier, I think that I said that earlier, that it has also these plugs here for these oil galleries. I need to see also the depth, because this is not face, and you need to know, I need to know the depth, not you. You do whatever you want. I need to know the depth to make the adapter to be exactly the same. Let's take out the crank. No need this anymore. Crankshaft bearing caps out. You know what? What's the sad thing? Except of the explosion, alright? Except of the super knock, the detonation that happened, that exploded the piston completely. Forget about that. Alright? If you see connecting on bearings, crankshaft main bearings, everything looks beautiful. I mean, it's what a shame, what a shame. Take a look at the mains. I mean, even the thrust washers are excellent. I'm gonna remove now the crank. I'm gonna wash it and go inside the engine room, go up the lathe. You know what, it makes sense to send direct at the machine shop. Let's put it on the lathe just to see how it spins, out of curiosity, because it might be completely out of, to be completely bent, and I don't even have to send it at the machine shop, right? Yeah. Let's spin it now a little bit. Oh boy. Yeah. Taking it out. Back inside of the engine room. Let's see the run out here. Here we have 100 millimeter, 0.01. All right. And 1 second. For this 100, I'm gonna blame the lathe. I'm gonna say that, you know what, the choke, the lathe has run out of 100 millimeter as an example. It doesn't have, and I have proved you that before. But let us say that now that I'm turning by hand, has an imperfection on the main, on the journal. Alright, so it's nothing, it's like some thousand of millimeter, alright? Now, let's read it here in the middle. Near to the middle, yeah, it's 5 cylinders. Near to the connector that exploded. The piston that exploded, not the connector. The connector was after the piston. Before I read it in the middle, let's read it back over here, alright? I'm gonna say 5,000 of millimeter, like the front one, not even 100, less than 100 of millimeter. Let's put it now here. Yeah, here I'm all over the place. And even if I do it by hand, yeah, I'm not stepping on the oil gallery. You see where I put it? Let's read this one. Now from this side, little bit more than 200 millimeter. By hand, it's a little bit more than 100. You know what, screw it, I'm gonna send it to the machine shop. Let them check it. Right? They're gonna cut the bolts here to separate it. Yeah, and this, I mean, if we can get away with the crank, it's gonna be nice. But I don't wanna say anything. You can polish all these things. You can just polish it to don't be like that. But will it gonna be enough by just polishing it? We can find out. Let's get another one opinion from the machine shop, right? Why not? Let's finish here. Thank you very much. Over and out. For any news, I'll let you know.